At the very outset, I would like to thank the Deputy Speaker for allowing me to participate in the budget discussion. Though due to paucity of time, I'll try to be as brief as possible. Though there are many issues that we would like to take up and discuss with regard to the budget presented by the Honorable Chief Minister, I would like to point out some of the issues that I would like to highlight. First and foremost, with regard to the Health Department, I will request the government of the day to kindly look into the improvement of infrastructure and at the same time manpower. Because when you look at in my constituency, we have one of the oldest state dispensary in the state, but unfortunately till date, this state dispensary is being run from a rented house. And I do hope that the government will take the matter seriously, and in a few years, I hope that we'll have a permanent state dispensary within Meghalaya. And I would also like the Health Department to upgrade infrastructure, especially by having CT scan as well as X-ray machines in CHC and PHC within my constituency. Coming to social welfare, recently it was in the news in one of the children home being run by the government at Tura, where children who are staying in these children home, they have not been provided with the basic necessity like food. And at the same time, recently, there was one suicide case at one shelter home at Marbaniang. So I would like the department concerned to look into this concern. And then coming to PWD department, going by the budget presentation, I have not seen that the government have any intention to come up with flyovers within Shillong. I don't know, I'm not an expert in this matter, but I do feel that there are certain locations within the city where flyovers can be built. And I do request the department concerned to look into this matter. And at the same time, to construct foot over bridges in many locations within the city. And then I would also like to highlight some of the important points as far as the PHE department is concerned. Like for example, we have the Greater Shillong Water Supply Scheme. In fact, the Honorable Chief Minister, during his presentation, he had informed the House that the government is intended to come up with a new scheme as far as the water supply scheme is concerned, especially with New Shillong, where he has earmarked more than 1,000 crores. But I would like to reflect upon the Greater Shillong Water Supply Scheme, Phase 3, which the government had launched since 2008. It has took almost 16 years for the government, and till date, we are yet to see the completion of this scheme. So therefore, this is very important, and especially in my constituency, Meghalaya, where there is water scarcity. And I do hope that if this scheme is being taken seriously and try to complete as early as possible, it will be a relief to all the residents of Shillong. And I would also like to highlight, in fact, on that, in one of these days, one of these sessions, the honorable member from Umsning had taken up a resolution with regards to the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission. As we are all aware that Jal Jeevan Mission is a mega project or a mega scheme that has been launched by the Government of India, where the Government of India has earmarked almost 3,60,000 crores. But then, when you look at the implementation of the...
Member, please try to wind up.
Yes, sir. Jal Jeevan scheme, it has been snail pace, especially when it comes to my constituency. And I really took a strong exception because the PHE minister on that day, while replying to the resolution and to some of the issues that has been brought by the honorable member, where he said that me as local MLA have been sidelined by the PHE minister, where he said that I have not come forward. But in fact, I would like to inform and take this opportunity that as a local MLA, I was very much concerned with regards to the proper implementation of the Jal Jeevan mission within the state, and I have went on the on-the-spot inspection of the implementation of this scheme within my constituency on 1st of October, where the department concerned have submitted the report. And sad to say that on this report, many of these projects on the Jal Jeevan mission in Maulai, the progress of work as of 1st of October, it is still zero progress. That is the reality. Unfortunately, when the PHE minister called for a meeting through his...
Kindly wind up.
He had sent a notice on the 27th of October, where the honorable minister had desires to hold a meeting on the 1st of October in his office to discuss matter relating to water supply issues in Maulai. I was left out. I was left out of this meeting, though I was the one asking PHE officials to convene for a meeting of all stakeholders. So therefore, though I have so many to say, but because of paucity of time, I would like to resume my seat and do hope that the government henceforth will take all MLAs, local representatives into consideration while dealing with any schemes within the constituency. Thank you.
I'll be raising issues, drawing the attention of the government, pertaining to very important, crucial issues confronting the state and all of us, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. Let me take this privilege, and I would like to profusely thank you in the first instance for indicating a reasonable period of time which is considered. I will utilize the time effectively, Mr. Speaker, sir. Now, when we look at the budget, usually in the preceding years, we always talk about imposition of new taxes, levy of new taxes. Of course, with the whole adoption of GST, we don't have that. But we need to remind ourselves as to what is happening across the country. How the GST, councils are actually deciding on number of taxes which are being imposed and which are not being brought to the notice of this House. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, today I think people are trying to utilize whatever resources, scarce resources they have. The whole concept of roti, kapra or makan governs the decision of every household. So people who are capable of sparing certain amount of money, they have at least looked out for affordable housing. We are grateful to the Government of India that PMAY has, on the basis of the request of the state governments, we have done away with the BPL list. All the households are eligible. But there's a point. One is the serials. The serial number of beneficiaries should not be jumped. That is illegal. That is favoritism. That is what is happening as per whatever inputs we receive. Another thing is that the quantum of taxes on the cement, 28%. Every poor family who are yet to have respectable dwelling houses will be investing for having a respectable dwelling house. Are we prioritizing the items when we decide upon the taxes? So I would like to, through you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, whenever because today with the involvement of the Union Ministry of Finance and all the states, we decide upon the GST. There's a robust mechanism, but we must put our points very clear as to where the tax should be reasonably increased or reasonably decreased. So this is one point I would like to bring to the notice. I can see that government is indicating, okay, the total receipt is such a huge amount of revenue receipts, capital receipts, but these resources are coming from the taxes that we are paying. And taxes are increasing every day on a regular basis without us being able to actually know. Therefore, the price rise, when there is a price rise, the GST is calculated on percentage basis. So if something which we are buying at 1,000 becomes 2,000, that means we are paying double the tax. So therefore, these revenue receipts are bound to increase. This is coming from my pocket, the pocket of the common man, from everybody, from the poor family. So therefore, to indicate that, okay, we have been efficient in really realizing the revenue and therefore our revenue receipts, capital receipts are increasing exponentially is at the cost of the taxes that we are paying. We are made to. Therefore, it is our job to protect and defend the common man. I would urge the government to be really seize of this issue and at least put our foot down when taxes are being discussed. Then another part, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, crucial important infrastructures which we have embarked upon. And one of the projects which was, for which the foundation stone was laid by the Honorable Prime Minister himself, the sports stadium in Ampati. It's a dishonor to the office of the Honorable Prime Minister not to complete the project. 22 acres of land has been provided for this program. The scheme funded by Government of India. What is the problem? Why is this problem? Have the government not realized the importance of respecting the office of the PM? Therefore, sir, I would like to draw the attention of the government to look at all those pending programs, medical colleges, engineering colleges, professional colleges, where we embarked upon this Science and Commerce College under the RUSA program, all funded by Government of India. Also, operationalize the state university, which the government has proposed to amend in terms of the name, from technical university to university, so that our colleges have the privilege of affiliating to our own university, our own baby. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I hope the government will take cognizance of this issue. Look at the number of students who are compelled to pursue their education outside the state, and even within the state in private universities, self-financed private universities. Expenditure being incurred to pursue all the higher educations are becoming higher and higher. Therefore, state has to, at least in terms of few courses, professional courses, commerce and science, B.Ed, all these things should be within the government's institutions. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, another important thing we discussed about Meghalaya Integrated Transport Program. This program was considered based on various other factors. Number one, which revolves around Human Development Index. We have huge challenge pertaining to Human Development Index, even as a nation. Therefore, these collective factors determining our Human Development Index was taken into consideration. Therefore, access to healthcare for the mother and the children, for the vulnerable groups, including the empowerment of women, economic empowerment. I remember when we had a meeting, the officer from World Bank was in charge of the whole Asia in respect of transport, had a beautiful, exhaustive meeting. And the first point that was the prevailing factor was the economic empowerment of women. They were really amazed that yes, state government has embarked upon one aspect of empowering the women. And also the MHIS, the health, universal coverage of your insurance for health. Therefore, some of the important interventions which are beyond the road and also the road, I would like to suggest, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, which is crucial for the people of Garos. In 2014, I remember on the 22nd of September, when we had a massive flood. The road towards Tura was completely dislocated. ratio to Tura. So there is an alternative, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, which goes through your constituency from Gabal to your ratio. This is an alternative road which should be taken up under MIT. We already have gone through this whole problem of getting our transport dislocated in as far as the national highway connecting Paikan to Tura is concerned. So this alternative, including that road which we just referred to during the question hour, that road which navigates through the boundary of Meghalaya, connecting Damra and Mendipathar. This should be taken up. And another road which was considered very important, we had the railway station in Mendipathar. Let these trucks which are navigating through Rongjang Dainadubi Road be facilitated to come to the Mendipathar railway station. That will help us in multiple ways. The amplification in economic growth will be probably difficult to quantify. So I would like to urge upon the government to take note of this crucial infrastructure, utilize this resource which is available now. And another thing, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am perturbed to see how the intent of the government is to more than double the income of the farmers. But at the end of the day, what is the reality? The reality is, last year, how much was the price of the turmeric? I have not ever come across that these are called high-valued crops. What was the price of the turmeric? What is the price of the betel nut? I would like to bring to the notice of this government that there was an order issued by the Deputy Commissioner on the 4th of January 2024. The letter is self-explanatory. The letter talks about regarding illegal importation of high-quality dried betel nut, supari, from Bangladesh through different networks, through international border. Therefore, the Deputy Commissioner, Resu Belpara, North Garwins, have ordered an inquiry, whereby additional district magistrate Nipun Hajong was entrusted with the inquiry. But what has happened? This notification was issued, then subsequently another order was issued by the Deputy Commissioner. This is on 5th January. This is again pertaining to the transportation of coal, which is completely in deviation of the legal procedure. Therefore, what I want to put on record is that I want to put on record my deep appreciation on the district administration. But what has happened? The government was very efficient and smooth in protecting whomever they are protecting. Next day, the transfer order has come out. The transfer order dated 5th January 2024, number personal 36/2011/private 6, part 6 rather, /part 6/76, where the concerned Deputy Commissioner has been transferred. Now, I would like to know from the government whether after the transfer of the DC, that order for inquiry is still on, or somebody has undone it. Because the order of the Deputy Commissioner should stand. Because continuity of governance is inconsistent with the procedure of governance. Therefore, I would like to know about the status of this. And please, let us be also honest to our farmers. What is happening to our farmers? I also have lots of plantation. I'm myself farmer as well. Today, buyers are not coming to buy our areca nut. What will we do? Shall we bring these areca nut sacks and bring it to the secretariat? If the government doesn't rectify it, we will bring all the areca nut bags to the secretariat. Today, whose job it is to protect the interests of our farmers who have voted for us, who have given the mandate? Are we cheating our own people? Whose benefit is it? This is too much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. Therefore, I would like to urge upon each one of us, let us resolve and assume upon our the responsibility upon our own respective shoulders to really do justice to the people. Otherwise, this is complete discrimination, exploitation, and injustice. Justice must prevail. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, further, I received one distressing representation from the HYC, which revolves around one incident on the 24th of this month, where the NGOs have tried to bring to the notice of the police, Peninsula, about the illegal transportation of buffaloes. And what has happened was quite astonishing. Instead of police acting on the proposed complaint, they were manhandled. I want an inquiry on this. How is it the citizens who are approaching and bringing, the messengers are being fired? Therefore, Mr. Deputy Speaker, something which is seriously wrong is happening. Therefore, this speech, so beautifully crafted, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, what we mean must be spoken. Because we remember politicians saying, yes, I said, but I didn't mean what I said. Let us not be. Because it is our job to protect the interests of the state. The state's interests, the jobs, the price rise, vacancies, government schools vacancies have arose because of retirement. And when I asked, did the government has the government attempted to fill up these posts? Because teachers' posts cannot be kept vacant. Yes, sir. But on a fixed pay. It's quite surprising, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. For a permanent post which has become vacant due to retirement, the government is resorting into appointment of the teachers on a fixed pay basis. That means the government doesn't want to provide the privilege to our youth to really have access to a regular permanent post. Is it not discrimination? Is it not an injustice?
Honorable Member, may I request you to wind up?
I will go by your ruling, Mr. Speaker, sir. But I would like to urge upon the government to take cognizance of too many irregularities. Where is the space for us to actually bring to the notice of the government? Therefore, we would like that session should be longer. It helps all the ministers. It helps the government to really know what exactly is happening. So with these few words, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to urge upon the government to ensure that this inquiry report, which has been ordered by the Deputy Commissioner, is looked into. And since this illegality does not confine within the boundaries of the state, it must be given to central agencies for the benefit of our farmers, not just the benefit, to protect the interests of our farmers, our people who have really struggled hard to really have these scarce sources of income. You have plenty of farmers. I have plenty of farmers. Our farmers have taken areca nut plantation as one of the main means of income. So I hope that we will all take cognizance of this serious deprivation of our farmers and resultant reduction of income of our farmers. With these few words, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I hope the government will take cognizance of these points and do what is necessary as per law. Thank you, Mr. Deputy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate our Honorable Chief Minister for presenting such a beautiful budget, which has increased drastically since 2018 into this very year. The budget this year has been earmarked for 27,072 crores, wherein revenue expenditure 19,653 crores and capital expenditure of 7,418 crores. So because of paucity of time, I'll just go through certain points. First, I'll start with healthcare. And Honorable Chief Minister has allocated 1,970 crores for 2024-25. And a priority has been given to the district civil hospitals as well as CHCs and PHCs in our state. So, but there are just a few situations wherein I'd like to highlight the needs and requirements of the healthcare. It's interesting that our civil hospitals have been prioritized Primarily speaking, because in the last couple of years, or maybe I should say in the last year, we have many people visiting us, coming and asking for certain aid. When I ask them why, they will say that it's faster in the private hospitals. For instance, like a simple CT scan, a simple X-ray, is much faster in the private hospitals. So, seeing with this budget allocation, I am quite happy. That being in the urban area. Now looking back in the rural areas, there's a need to improve. And I should state that even my constituency, in the last 2 years, I have raised certain areas which needs a concern. For instance, I'll say that the Ayurvedic Center at Saikarap, which was constructed for many years, and we are still awaiting sanction till this very day. And I have met our Honorable Minister to discuss about this issue, and she has given assurance, and I'm hopeful that this year we will see the light of day where we'll inaugurate and sanction be accorded in that very Ayush Center. So, and one more thing, in Majai, or I should say Balaganj, when they asked for upgradation of sub-center into PHC, first thing they said was, we need land. Land was given, and till this very date, sir, it is still pending. And I think our government of the day will look into these matters, because these are areas of concern which needs immediate intervention. Now going with regional connectivity and border trade, our Honorable CM has stated that we have 7 LCS and 5 border huts. See, these border trades, these border areas, they generate a huge economy to the state as a whole. And I'm very thankful that new LCS has been proposed, and remaining 16 border huts are still pending with the government of India. And out of this, I think one is there in my constituency, which is at Hut Tangsingi in Umnyu Tamar. So I feel that not just LCS which is required, even the roads towards these border trades are a necessity. There's a proposal for the national highway from Umtangar till Bolaganj, and it's still pending with the government of India. And I think that if the government can pursue that, maybe we can see that this project is given and the requirement is settled with. And to boost the border trade, I think the government should also consider setting up of the ICP in Shela, which will help boost the economy so we can export not just minerals, we can export fruits, betel nut, spices and vegetables. So this will help boost the local economy and help the farmers in our very state. So, and one more thing with regards to the farmers' income, I'm very appreciative that our state government this year is promoting the orange waxing unit at Jirang. So this will help promote our farmers who are cultivating oranges, and I'm very happy that last year, with the help of our Honorable Minister, we could export around 2 tons of oranges from Maupu village in Dubai and in Bangalore. So this is a great help with the farmers as a whole. So tourism sector, this year I saw that 150 crores has been earmarked for tourism sector, especially the Meghalayan Age Experiential Center at Momlo. At the same time, I'm seeing that the government is branching out.
Please wind up, please.
So just 1 more minute, sir. Just 1 more minute.
Because it's already 1 o'clock. There's 8 more speakers.
1 more minute, sir. So I'm happy that
already 1 o'clock.
the government is branching out in different areas. And one last thing, sir, with the border area development program. So last year, a couple of years we should get, and I think so in a couple of weeks ago, certain MLAs has met a chief minister in order to provide some sanction, especially in the border areas of our state. Because before we used to get these schemes, and last 2 years, this scheme has stopped, and hopefully, with the help of the government, we can get these schemes which are able to help the people residing in the border areas. So because of paucity of time, I'll wind up my speech. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.